as a message of deterrence to Iran. President Trump just tweeted an even clearer message of deterrence, tweeting this: "Our embassy in Baghdad got hit Sunday by several rockets. 3 rockets failed to launch. Guess where they were from? Iran. Now we hear chatter of additional attacks against Americans in Iraq." He went on to tweet some friendly health advice to Iran. "If one American is killed, I will hold Iran responsible. Think it over." Folks, this is classic President Trump. What he's really saying is, well, do you feel lucky? Do you, punk? That's President Trump in action, putting our enemies on notice. We are not to be messed with. Joining me now to discuss the ongoing Iranian threat, Senate Chairman of the National Iranian Congress, an organization that opposes the Islamic Republic regime in Iran, Amir Fakhravar. Amir, welcome to the program. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Amir, what do you make of the president's threat to Iran? What do you make of their really attack on the United States Embassy in Iraq?
President Trump is the only president, or let's say the leader in the planet, who can understand better than anybody else who are those animals in power in Iran, the Mullahs. The Mullahs, they're claiming they are the holy guys to just pass the message of God, but no, they are just a bunch of serial killers. Just last week, they they kidnapped my friend, one of my good friend, who was political refugee in Paris. They could send him to Iraq and then kidnapped him in Iraq, and then last week they execute him. And he was just a journalist. And even the European Union could not stand that one. And they said that was a brutal execution. These animals, President Trump knew who to deal with. And I guess that oil sanction, to put as much as possible sanction on these mullahs, was the best policy. And we have seen last year, millions of Iranian people in 134 cities, they came out. And this guy, Iranian supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, he gave order to kill the young kids in the street, and he killed 1,500 kids in 48 hours in the street when it was totally internet blackout in power in Iran. And just President Trump can talk with them.
Yeah, I fear it's going to get a lot worse if Joe Biden does make it to the Oval Office. I feel for Israel, I feel for the entire region, and truthfully, I feel for the United States, because I think the whole world is in danger with Biden as president, President Trump not there, because the only thing this regime knows is brute force. Am I right, Amir?
Oh, you are 100% right. Look, when we are talking about Iran, we should remember that 82 million Iranian people inside the country, they are suffering under the small group of fanatic mullahs in power. Everybody, they hate these mullahs inside Iran. We have 82 million Iranians inside the country, 8 million outside of the country. We are talking about the 90 million population. Everybody, they hate these mullahs. And you won't believe it. Iranian people, they love President Trump. Every single survey from the regime side or from the opposition showed more than 95% of the population of Iran, they love President Trump. When the election happened, and after stealing president's vote, everybody, they prayed for President Trump inside Iran.
Well, Amir, you know, you're not going to get that story from the mainstream media, are you? Not a chance. Amir Fakhravar, I want to tell you, I would love to have you back on the program for a long segment to talk about you and your story and what you're going through, because you're doing great things for the people that are very oppressed in Iran, and I thank you for that, and I appreciate your strong voice here. Merry Christmas to you, happy holidays, and we will see you again very, very soon. That's a promise. Next time.